is my boom boom boom? Oh, I gotta post the damn thing. Alright, well, I'm talking right now for the people. There's literally nobody in here because it's unlisted, but I'm talking right now for the people who are gonna watch this back. I just want to get this out of the way. If you do miss, if you're on Patreon and you do miss one of the live streams, one of the other perks, obviously that would go along with your tier, either the $5 tier or the $10 tier, respectively. One of the rewards that goes with it would obviously be watching the archived live streams, if you get what I mean. Live stream, link in comments. Let's try this. And if you are on the Patreon right now, we are for the link. We're doing this link in the comments stuff because it seems to be working better. $5 or more Patreons. Okay, now I got so yeah, you'd watch the here's the link. I hope that works. I really hope this works. At least maybe one of you are around. You can check the link out. You know what? I just had an idea. Oh shit, I would have to be a Patreon to myself. I was just thinking I should jump on the computer to test the link, but then I thought I'm not a Patreon to myself. Maybe I should become one, and then that way I could test the link out. Why didn't I think of that on the laptop? Hopefully someone joins us. Let's check, because I think there was somebody on Patreon. Let's check. So maybe that link doesn't even work. Yeah, these are going to be tiny at first, and this is the big thing. If it doesn't catch on, if the Patreon live streams doesn't catch on, then it's literally going to be anywhere from 2 to 3 to 10 people at the most. If it does catch on, eventually we might have a good 20 to 30 people. And one thing I'm going to get better at is start doing the notices ahead of time. And I mean a good solid 2 weeks ahead of time. I want to be able to say, oh, okay, Ronnie, clear out this time, carve out this time, and definitely make it there for these live streams. And then that way you guys will know instead of knowing last minute, and that is my fault. I definitely did this last minute. All right, so we got one person watching now. So I'm hoping that means the link worked. Say something, buddy. Let's pop out that chat. Let's pop that chat out. No? Is there nobody there? What happened? It says there was one person watching. Let me do this. I'm going to put a post out there to see if we can get a couple more people. I think it's just map. Ain't it? Hope that worked. Oh, shit. I put friggin' I am a fucktard. Oh, jeez. Delete that damn tweet. Fucking hell. I put the, wait, $5 Patreon. It's gonna look real stupid. Oh well. says there's someone in here, but no one's replying, so I can't tell if the link is working. So I can go back and trim this. Anyone who's watching this, well, no, you're not going to be watching it because it doesn't go live to everybody. What the fuck am I doing? I was about to say, anyone who's watching this, I'll trim this later because I trim the intros out when I can. But I don't think I have to here because not a lot of people are going to watch it. It looks like $5 and up Patreon. Check patrons. Patrons. Check Patreon. Sweet. Okay. Let's. And that's one thing I need to even look at. I don't even know if anyone's listening anymore. I'm gonna get rid of that fucking chat. That's one thing I need to look at, in case anyone's watching this over, is well, fuck. We'll wait and see. If no one's coming, we'll shut her down. But that's one thing I need to see is, what was I just talking about? Oh yeah, the best way, if anyone has suggestions, the best way to do, letting them know, because like I said, there's 70 some patrons here, and a max of 10 have ever came back. Like, people came, they paid for like 2 months now. They come, they pay, and then they don't even, like, it's done. They don't care about the rewards. They don't come back. And I mean, for one, that's awesome, because it's honestly the only thing that keeps the channel afloat right now, especially with this adpocalypse. But so if they don't care to check back for the rewards, that's awesome. They're just basically supporting and donating. Essentially, they're using it as a donate button, so that way they can continue to watch the videos on the channel, which is awesome. I'm not seeing anybody. It said there's one person in this Patreon, but I don't think. Yeah, it says there, yeah, never mind. It says 0. Yeah, that was my fault. I definitely did not give advance notice. But it would be nice to start an archive video. It'd still be nice to have an archive video. So fuck it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a no audience live stream. And it'll be like recording, like a recorded video, because you guys are watching it later, like archived. So this is the introduction, archived for anybody who is watching later on. So if you happen to jump in, I see one person keeps coming in and out. If you happen to be coming in and out of this live stream, it is technically a live stream, but at this point in time, I'm using it as a recorded free-for-all, as in I'm recording this. You can watch it live, but I'm going to put it on the channel as archived footage, and I'm going to talk some random nonsense. Like right now, I got this movie from Redbox, The Belko Experiment. Bam! I'm gonna check that out. I think this is one where people are in a office building and they kill the shit out of each other. I want to see that. Yesterday I got Free Fire, or Fire Free. Fuck me. I think it's Free Fire. A bunch of people go into a warehouse, busted ass warehouse, and they're doing a deal for guns. And one person does something stupid, shit pops off, and they all start shooting at each other. It's a movie with no story. That I probably watched it 4 times yesterday because I enjoyed the shit out of it so much. And I heard from everybody that it wasn't good. I watched the trailer and I'm like, there's something about that I really like. I really like that. And then I heard from 2 or 3 people that they said, fuck that. That movie was so boring. There was no story. There was no point. And I loved it. I liked it. I forget what the one guy's name is. Armie Hammer? Who knows? I thought he was great. He came on and he was kind of corny, a little awkward. And then I don't know. There was something about him, about his screen presence and everything else. I thought he was great. Is this new? Oh, all right. Yeah, I thought that shit was great. So it's called Free Fire. I definitely want to pick it up on Blu-ray whenever I get the chance, because that shit was cool. And it's not like the story. There is no story. It's guys go in for a deal and then they shoot each other. Like there's no story at all. But it's just entertaining how they act and how they talk and everything. I liked it. I liked it. So yeah. So I was thinking ahead of time for the $5 tier and the $10 tier. We'll have so far the two I forget what they're called. The two live stream videos on this channel. The $5 tier is going to be we pick a topic. We all vote on the topic. And that's something I want to start doing where on Patreon we start voting on topics. Now, if Patreon is such a shit thing eventually, because it's got a bad name around it, I'm trying to work out a way where we can do our own, our own built-in Patreon style format at Make a Path Presents, the website, which I held off on making that to do the Doomsday Kingdom website, so it's coming. But that way we'll get more of the money, because when people donate now, Patreon's taking their cut and they want a decent little cut. So this way, if you do it right from there, you have what little bit the PayPal and Stripe and whoever takes. I think they only take like I don't know, probably like, I think it's 50 cents from the $4 comic. I think they take 50 cents out of $4. So it's something along the lines of that. But I was thinking about doing the one topic we vote on in the very beginning of the month, like the first week, like August is coming, August 2nd, August 3rd, something like that. That's the Q&A. I'm sorry, that's the topic, the one main topic we vote on. And then at the end of the month, like within the last 5 days, doing the Q&A live stream for the $10 tier, where again, that is more, you read the questions and interactive and stuff like that. If you guys have any other suggestions on different ones, I will definitely be open to some suggestions. Oh, what the fuck? Alright, this was supposed to be like an archived. I didn't think anyone was going to show up. And it says we got 4 people watching, but I don't see any comments. Are the comments turned off? No, I don't think the comments are turned off. Does nobody want to talk? Is this, are you creeping on me? What's going on? You fucking stalking me? Come on, Ronnie. Trying to cut into my Overwatch time. Oh, finally, someone fucking commented. Pop out the chat. What overtime watch? Trying to cut into my Overwatch time. How is that game anyway? I'm gonna go roll a big fat one and then probably play some Last of Us. Oh god, that smells so good. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. From there, it probably really does look like weed. Yeah, some dirt weed, some brick pack Mexican weed. Man, I miss weed. This is just decoration grass. Suckers. Alex, you're fucking Overwatch. Did you ever watch Free Fire? Just found you. Abby. I've been here the whole time. I've been talking to 8 minutes by myself. 14 now. Well, if you don't count the past minute or two, I don't know. Yeah, that was listen, that's totally my fault. This is the first one I want to archive. It's going to be a shit show. It really is. But the idea is to get it archived, and then that way people see we're getting the ball moving. Because I just know the first 5 or so are bound to just have low traffic. We're talking like 5 people in the room, and then eventually people will start catching on. Oh, this is a little discussion thing. Because what I was going to do is take some random ridiculous shit from each live stream and put up a clip, like out of the whole hour, put up like a 2-minute clip of some randomness, crazy, insane shit, like really, I don't know, stupid shit. Put that on the main channel and advertise that as the Patreon feed, and whoop-de-whoop. Because there's something, I'll tell you this exclusive right now between what, the fucking 6 of us? The Walking Dead came back, and my God, the Ad-Apocalypse is fucking brutal. It is brutal. Listen, The Walking Dead came back, and I did Old Man Rick. I think it's over. It's almost like 300,000 views. The first day, it got 100,000 views. But if you count the views together, I think I'm at like 500,000 views in the matter of like 5 days, right? 500,000 views in 5 days. You could probably pull in, back in the day, that would be a nice chunk that I would use to keep the channel flowing. We're talking like, 100,000, 500,000 views. Damn, I don't want to misquote it, but we're talking like, you may make a few $100 off of that. That one week, you make a few $100 off of that. I used to take that and I spread it around and I keep the channel going. So that way, let's say instead of going to do overtime, I'm like, no, that one video, I can take the money out of that and then boom, I don't have to do overtime. Now I can make more videos. Listen, I made that $500,000 this week for the views. The ad revenue, my ad estimated, it's just the analytics. It's what they guess you bring in because it fluctuates because of the views. You don't get the same amount of views every day. It just like went up a hair. I think it went up $50 for over 500,000 views. It's got to be over 500,000. Yeah, $50. And I knew instantly, because I checked in today and I saw that, and I knew instantly, YouTube is not going to keep the channel going. It's either the Patreon or the comic, where I start selling a lot of fucking shirts. I better start making them my damn self. What are you guys doing? What are you into? What movies? What? Is something going on in The Walking Dead? I just talked about Free Fire. That was pretty good. I don't even know how delayed the... Let me check. Maybe I could check. Was it like a 30-second or a minute delay? But I just seen this movie Free Fire, and I loved it yesterday. People walk into a warehouse and shoot each other. That's it. The whole movie. That's it. What do we got? Alex Triplets playing Overwatch. What's that like? Is that good? To be honest, think the comment trouble was on my end. Haha. Honeybees. I love it, man. By the way, I was just here for some reason. Wouldn't let me comment for some reason. Just found you. Oh, I don't know why. I'm stoked you're doing this. That's awesome. Yeah, we're gonna keep it going. I mean, it's an hour twice a month for the $5 tier, $10 tier, and I would like to turn it into some really wild stuff instead of sitting here talking like some bullshit. Besides, let me wrap this fake weed up. Besides, I think after a while it might be a little bit more popular, because with the public ones, it's so hard to get to every question, every comment. There's so many comments, it's just fucking insanely difficult to get to all of them. So what are we going to discuss? No new movies, no new theories or interesting previews with The Walking Dead. I know they released one where Carl... Oh, did you guys see that? They haven't aired it on YouTube yet, but it's been in between commercials on AMC, so it's like randomly airing. And all it is a sneak preview of the very first, like the very first clip, not like trailer, but this is a whole clip from season 8. And all it shows is Carl walking in the woods, and then he looks at this zombie that's stuck on a pole that I thought was Morgan sleeping out in the woods. I guess I'm motherfucking wrong on that shit. I thought I had that dead on, which that sucks, because I thought that was locked on. So anyway, you got Morgan in the woods. I'm sorry, you got this new character in the woods that a lot of people think is a comic character, and Carl's bringing him food, or at least it looks like food, because he has a bag with food. And I don't... That's kind of... I mean, did they find him already? That's a little strange of a preview, because it seemed like Carl wasn't surprised. He saw that dude and he was like, this is the guy I'm coming out to see, whoop-de-whoop. I don't know, it had a real weird vibe, but they still had him a little cautious. So for us, it might be like, oh, did he expect to run into him, or was it an accident? But when we watch the show, it might end up being he's cautious because he just kind of met him, but he doesn't know him all the way, something stupid like that. But yeah, so that's all it is. But what I can't figure out for the life of me, it's the guy, if you watch my Ultimate trailer breakdown, it's the guy who's scared. He physically is shaking, and the zombie lurches forward, but the zombie's stuck on the pole, so he can't get anywhere. And he's all scared. But in the clip, the preview, he walked right up like a beast and just killed the walker. I don't get it. It's like, what? Anyway, if you guys see that clip, let me know what you think about it. What do we got here? Is Patterson working? I don't know what Patterson is. I missed the last live stream, but what do you think about the armbands, and do you think that the show would have the Saviors figure it out and infiltrate the groups? And Abby Sewell, I meant Patreon, stupid spell check. I'm going to get back to you, honeybees, in 1 second because it's a longer explanation. Real quick, though, is Patreon working? Do you mean, like, is the site actually working where people can find the links? I'm hoping so. No one said they couldn't click on the links yet. You guys all got here from that link, so that's great. But if you mean, is Patreon working as far as what it's supposed to be doing, keeping the channel afloat? It is the only thing keeping the channel afloat. Patreon, put it this way, if I get a couple more patrons, it's making more money than YouTube. Definitely. I didn't even look what we're at. Are we at $400? Yeah, put it this way. Patreon's making more money than YouTube. Bottom line. Yeah, if it's at $400, for some reason I was thinking it was $200, but nope. Is it growing? Patreon? Yes and no. Patreon's real weird. When you first set it up, it grew a lot, and then you mention it here and there, and I really hate mentioning it because people start bitching, but you mention it here and there, and then you'll see a bunch of, like, a whole nest of people, like 10 all at once. Boom. And then nothing for a long while. So that is probably why they keep telling you to mention it, which I hate. But anyway, let me roll back to Amanda Bees, or Honeybees. I don't know where the fuck I get Amanda from. The armbands, I really do think they are for coordination as far as what group you're with. I do think it's for recognizing the other teammates as well. I have a feeling they're not going to go somewhere big in that direction. Like, that feels like a common sense prediction that they're not going to take advantage of. Like, when we watch it, they want us to believe the survivors can just immediately recognize each other, which I think is unrealistic. You have those different groups. Yo, some people look alike. If you go on the IMDb for the cast and crew, there's a character from the one community, I think it's the Hilltop, and then another character from Alexandria, and for a moment they look so identical I thought the same actor was playing the different characters. I was going to make fun of it in a video, just teasing. They look that similar. You know what I'm saying? Like, if one was a Savior and one was from Alexandria, you'd shoot your own fucking guy because he looks like the guy, the Savior. You know what I'm saying? So I think the bands should be for recognition, but I also think there's something else up with the bands. Clearly, we know they got a color coding. Clearly, we can see in the war scenes, it does look like the Alexandrians are in one location. The kingdom is clearly segregated from everyone else, and they're in that one wooded area. Well, we see them fighting in that smoke. We only see kingdom men, you know what I'm saying? When we see the Hilltop crew running, it looks like it's only Hilltop crew. So it might be more than just the different groups and recognizing each other. It might be these are our separate groups and we're going to go in these separate directions. But why would you need colors for that? You know what I mean? Unless it is a really fast mission where they are luring... Wait a minute. They're luring the herd. So if they are using the bands for multiple purposes, that might confuse the audience, but it also might play into a good part of the show. And then what else did you ask? Oh, will the Saviors figure it out and infiltrate the survivors? From what I'm guessing with the initial attack, they're not going to have a lot of time to. Later on in the wars, if that is to recognize each other, the Saviors might. I think that would be cool for a Savior to get an armband and then just start killing, you know, if he gets an armband from the Kingdom guys and then he starts killing some Hilltop guys because they recognize it. That'd be vicious because you would know, oh shit, that dude is a bad guy. I mean, don't trust him, don't go near him, and then it's too late because, you know, the other guys aren't going to look at it and be like, oh, yeah, you're a savior, da da da. So I think it's possible. What do we got? Mark, I enjoyed #1 of Doomsday Kingdom. Hope sales are going well. Yeah, I think we definitely, again, I'm so busy I haven't had a chance to confirm it, but I am almost positive we broke 100. I am almost positive of it. How far into The Last of Us now, bro? Oh, for the channel, I've beat it a couple times now. For the channel, we are in part 13, and I'm actually going to start posting that up again. I think tomorrow night I'm going to really try to get back into that. I'm right about to post the review for that statue, which that statue is friggin' awesome. But yeah, we're jumping back into that because I want to jump right into the Telltale Games stuff. Fuck, that sucks. What the hell, YouTube? I don't know what's going on with YouTube. There was a video I saw earlier today where the Zombie Go Boom people, I subscribe to them. I love seeing what they do as far as killing zombies and stuff because it's also kind of like research. You know, you got a comic where people are killing zombies. Why not look at a show where they reenact what it would be like to kill zombies? I mean, I don't know. I like it. I like it. So I seen this one thing that says we're suing YouTube, and at first I thought it was something completely different, but then when I found out it was because of the ad crisis, I'm sorry, I just think that is so asinine. Not only is it asinine, but even if they had a case, let's say they 100% have a case, they should fall on the sword. Absolutely, because look, you should say, yeah, YouTube was a great thing for what it was, but it's time to downsize. You know, and they should fall on the sword. Same for me. If I was like, instead of suing YouTube, I should fall on the sword. And why, you ask? Because if they have a case, everyone has a case. If everyone has a case, YouTube is done. YouTube is here to gain, not lose. If we all have a case, we're the ones who are supposedly gonna gain, but YouTube will lose. Think about how asinine and just stupid that is. We're gonna sue a company and drive them into the ground, but we want that company to, you know what I mean, give us some financial reward. So in my mind, I'm thinking maybe they're trying to sue for financial reward. Even if they do cripple the system, they're trying to get money out of it. They're suing them for money. So if they're like, oh, we're suing you for $1 million, they don't give a fuck about any other channel out there. They're just suing them for the money. I mean, and it makes you question things, because then you look at their deposition and it's like, oh, Dead Rising gave us $25,000 to promote. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to go watch that video. Nothing in the description. I mean, and that the FCC, you need to make it clear this is an ad. And in the deposition, it says video advertising. You go back to the video. Nope, nothing in the video says it's an ad. You get to the end of the video and they said, oh, we want to thank you guys for making this possible, to like the Xbox group or the team that did Dead Rising. But that's it. We want to thank them for making this possible. It's not clear at all. Are you buddies? Are you friends? Do you guys know each other from something? I mean, is this something where they just looked out and they said, hey, here, we want to make this cool? No, they paid you $25,000. They didn't make it happen. They paid you to advertise the game. And it's not clear. So if this is a group of people who will blatantly break the law, there's no way you know, there's no way you have a channel that's that successful and you don't know these laws already. So many YouTubers know the laws and they just don't care. And they use that excuse of, oh, I didn't know. So if you're going to weasel... Now, I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping I'm 100% wrong. But if I'm not, and they did not... if they were not honest about that video advertising, you know, I don't trust them to not be in it solely for themselves on the lawsuit. Not at all. Anyway. High Q Video Productions, or I fucked that up. Do you think the Shiva scene in the trailer is where she's... Yes, I do. I think that is the comic thing. Chances are it might not be. It definitely might not be, you know, but you got Shiva in the woods. My brain thinks, how many other times is she going to be in the woods? You know, they can bring her out once, you know, so if that's not it, then she's going to get it later on. My whole thing is, I don't know if the CGI can handle Shiva versus zombies to that extent. Like, get surrounded, zombies all on top of her. I'm still hoping and praying that a savior shoots Shiva, and then zombies take it from there. I don't know if the CGI can make that work. I really enjoy your interview with Peter Zimmerman. I hope Map is able to do more interviews like that. Listen, Peter Zimmerman is definitely helping to get the interviews going. He is, because he called me the other day, and we were talking and just bullshitting, and he had mentioned some people that would be interested, and I think I know who to go with next. But with the Doomsday Kingdom comic, I just need a couple weeks, and then I'm going to reach out. I don't want to reach out to somebody and then be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm reaching out to you, but give me a month or two. I want to make sure we can do this in just a week from now. So, I'm sorry, in a week from when I call them, or somewhere soon. So I'm going to get in touch with them and get it cleared up. But I really want to get the ball going, because I think that would actually help, you know what I mean? Because I would like to yeah, I would like to go in that direction where we can do more than just Cast from the Walking Dead. I want to get it people we know and love, and if it is popular enough, it'll grow big enough to get even bigger and bigger names, you know what I mean? But again, I always want to get the new recruits. I always want to get the new guys. That is where you got a special little something with the new guys. There's just something about it where people who are coming up and they have that passion for it, there's just something there, you know. And veterans too, people in the game a long time, there's also something there, but it's definitely at a different level, or a different spectrum, you know. I got some nostalgia from you playing it, and I had to go get the remaster. Yeah, the remaster of The Last of Us fucking rocks, man. I love that game. I was watching something on who's the guy who does the podcast. Used to do a lot of video games shit back in the day on YouTube, and now he does a podcast. Hold on. I know it. Pat the NES Punk. All right. If I screwed his name up, it was an accident. I know who he is. But I watch his podcast from time to time. I don't look into a lot of stuff with gaming, but I leave it on in case there's some kind of different news that I like. It came up when I was vacuuming today. I actually heard them talking about some article. I didn't listen to, I'll be honest, I didn't listen to it really good because I was cleaning. But the parts I heard, I was like, oh, I disagree with that. Not with him, but with the article about how you waste your time with video games. Just hearing that alone, I completely disagree. You can waste your time with a lot of different things. You can waste your time with video games. Yeah. You can waste your time going to the bar. I can't tell you how many times I went to the bar and I had a blast. I mean, you know, it was insane. It was life-changingly awesome. But I can't tell you how many times I went and it was just dull or dumb or boring or stupid, you know, or just a hard-hitting ball of regret. So yeah, that was a waste of time. All those times I wasted that time. There's so much shit we do that we waste time. How many times have you been scrolling on your phone and stop at a numerous different posts just to see what other fuckwads are doing, and you're like, I just wasted 20 minutes. It's all the same. All the time you waste is all the same. So when it comes to video games, there's no way in hell the ones I really enjoy, I would ever call that a waste of time. Because I'm not rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have, like, there's not this old mansion. I don't have my own company where I'm doing whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. So if I'm wasting an hour, chances are I was going to, you know, fuck off that hour anyway. Doing something else that's dumb. But I look at it as, if you're sitting down doing anything you enjoy, it's not a waste of time. Because in that moment, you're feeling something. You're enjoying something. You're having fun. So, I don't know. I went way too long on that topic, but yes, Last of Us, never a waste of time. I'm looking forward to Days Gone, but there's some stuff in that I don't think I like. What role will Oceanside play in the war, or is it that just a storyline the writers will leave dangling? Did they really devote an entire episode to what seems to be a glorified weapons cache? Is it cache or cache? Is that cliche to ask? I'm kidding. I do believe they will go get the Oceanside group later on. I think the first 4 episodes, it's going to be I think it'll play out like this. The survivors, they hit hard at the sanctuary. Something goes wrong after, when they're hitting an outpost or they're attacking a garbage group. Rick gets captured. And anytime after that, I think, is when they go to the... Oh my god, I just thought about this. Wait a minute, have I talked about this yet? I don't think anyone's talked about this. Hold on, my brain just kicked me in the... I don't know where. My brain just kicked on a moment. We were just talking about that dude who was in the woods, who is the new character. Remember I showed him and I said, oh, maybe he stumbles across Morgan's Pikes. Well, for anyone who doesn't know, just real quick, they showed a clip, and it was the first clip of the season on AMC. Not officially on YouTube, but on the channel. When you're watching shows, it plays randomly. And it was of the guy who everyone thinks is Sadiq from the comic, and the zombie stuck on the speared with the spear is reaching for the bag. Well, he walks up and kills the zombie. That's it. That's the end of the clip. Well, Carl walks up, and it looks like he has a bag of food for him. I was just thinking, we don't know the details of what happened when the Saviors killed off the... Oh, no, my brain is going a different direction. Wait, hold on. All right, we don't know the details of when the Saviors killed off the Oceanside group. So if he was one of the remaining male survivors and his group left, the females, before he can catch up with them, he could be hovering around in those woods trying to find them. That would explain why he's in that woods. Okay, so that guy is a part of the Oceanside group. See what I'm saying? But he can't find them. Or, better yet, the Oceanside group has been gone for a little while. But what was recent, what was new, a few weeks ago, Negan and the others took out that fucking library group. And then they attacked Rick by pulling the one guy out and laying him on the ground. And now, if Carl and them run into this guy, he could be a part of the library group. Well, what does that matter? I mean, if he's a part of the Oceanside group, that's big. Because then he could go back to Oceanside and say, listen, I was there. You know, we need to stop him. This is crazy. Whoop-de-whoop. Or if Negan took some of the Oceanside people with him into the Saviors, imagine if they are now on the Savior's side. If they find out that their wives are out there and they want to link back up, I don't know, you'd have to explain some shit like that. Then those Saviors wouldn't want a war anymore, wouldn't want to fight. They might even come onto that side. I don't know, now we're getting into some complicated shit. But now I'm thinking maybe he's with a library group or with the Oceanside group. Maybe that's a stretch. Let me see, what else we got? The whole YouTube situation seems so ass backwards and like Catch-22. It makes no sense. I don't know. It's a disaster. Honestly, it is a disaster. Like I said, $250,000 views, and I think my ad revenue went up $50 if I'm lucky. I made it. Yes, you made it. Are you doing point on demand or you buying bulk shipping? So you... Oh, print on demand. I don't know why I read that as point. Are you doing print on demand or buying bulk shipping so you mail them out yourself? Well, I mean, we're doing both. Yeah, we're doing both. We are going to buy in bulk, but we're doing... Oh, I see what you mean. You mean, print them as the orders come. No, we would never be able to afford that. We'd have to charge way too more. We are doing a pre-order. Everyone comes in. We're shutting the pre-order off. We're going to go. Now we know the numbers. We know we have, 200 people who want the comic. We're going to go buy 250-ish for any stragglers. And when we get the bulk comics in, that's when we're going to ship them off. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have people sign up with the order numbers on... we'll get it where I can shoot someone an email and say, okay, order number this and this has been sent out. So that way people know it's been sent out. I don't know. I'm going to look into that because I really would like to send out tracking numbers. But in all honesty, if it's extremely time consuming to send out all those emails, I might honestly just send all the packages first and make that priority and then worry about messaging people and saying, hey, your stuff is coming. Whoop-de-whoop. We'll see. But yeah, I'm doing both. I'm doing the print on demand printing because that's what the company is. But I'm buying in bulk. I'd love to see you interview Cooper Andrews. I know that name. Where do I know that name from? Cooper Andrews. Oh my god, I know that. Who is that? I'm going to interview Gavin. He'd be a cool one. Is that Cooper Andrews? No. I knew his name. I'm bad with names, though. Honeybees. What are your thoughts about people getting eaten alive by walkers and no one helps by just shooting them in the head to put them out of their misery, especially when the others have guns and could help? That bothers me. I don't know. There was the one girl that got killed when they did the fake out with Glenn and Nicholas. That one girl got eaten and no one shot her, did they? And they were even standing there a minute like, oh my god, this is so terrible. But no one shot her. I can't remember. I remember thinking shoot her already. If they did shoot her, they might have. If they did, they waited a while. They waited till that bitch was eaten up, and then they were like, but I think, yeah, it should be, unless you're really low on bullets, then maybe you don't shoot, I guess. Jerry is Cooper Andrews. Yeah, he would be another fun one to interview. I'd interview Jerry. Like I said, Peter Zimmerman's definitely going to help us get some interviews going. Comment more down below. I'm going to get a drink real quick. I must have left it in the kitchen. Hold on. Juliet, no teasing your brothers. Juliet, you hear me? I said don't tease your brothers. No. It's not nice. Okay. Where are we at? Thanks, that helps a lot with me finishing up my children's book. Oh, okay. With the print on demand. Played The Walking Dead New Front. Well, good luck on that children's book, definitely. Played The Walking Dead New Frontier yet? No, I have not. I'm not going to play it yet until we do it live on the channel. That's the only time I'm going to play it, because I'd rather... It's coming up, regardless. It's coming up. We're right when we're done with The Last of Us, we're going into Telltale Games, so I would rather play it and be fresh. I've seen some. I've seen my friends play it and friends and family play it. I'm not happy at all with what I've seen, I'll be honest with you. I think, for me, I feel like, unless it blows me away, I feel like Season 3 was a complete and utter misstep, absolutely. I don't know. You should not play as Clementine. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of people who like that you play as Javier and all that, but I strongly disagree. If they came out and said The Last of Us 2 was going to have Joel and Ellie, but you play this other character, this new character, I'd fly to California or wherever they're at and slap them all in their face. Just knock some sense into them. And I feel the same about not playing Ellie. I think that's a ridiculous idea. And in some way, I feel vindicated, because guess what? You're playing her in Season 4. They're making a point, and they came out and said it. I don't know. There's something that just doesn't sit right with that. I feel like they messed up with Season 3, and then they got to shut it down. Maybe even start over, get a new character. I don't know. But Clementine seems like a character you can go 2-3 more seasons easy. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. There's so much cool shit you could do with that story. Wild, insane stuff. You could take this girl you found, this little girl you found using Lee. You introduce the story, and then you could just do something wild with that character. I just don't believe they're going to throw away that character. If this is the last season, she's got to be introduced in something. Her own novel, her own this, her own that. That's exactly the part I was thinking about. And the dude with the note trying to get back to his wife, and they just stood there and watched. Yeah, I think that's another one. I was like, what are you doing? You could stab him, too. They could have at least stabbed him in the head. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Stopped playing out because huge game-breaking glitch at the beginning of the 4th chapter. Stop playing... What? I think you got a typo. Stop playing. I don't know what you're saying. I like this live stream with just Patreon folks. Very personal and chill. Hell yeah. I mean, it'll get, once we archive this and we get more people catching on that we're doing it finally and it's rocking and rolling, we should get at least anywhere from 10 to 20, depending on if I can schedule it and give you guys enough time it would be cool to play a little bit Joel and a little bit with Ellie. I think they have to do a Joel and Ellie skit, just like they did with part 1, and I don't give a flying goat's ass if it's predictable. You start with Ellie. Ellie's the main character. Somewhere along the line, for whatever reason, you play as Joel for a little bit, just to mirror season 1, and then you finish the story off as Ellie. I think that is definitely how it should be. Because to play Joel again, I mean, come on, that would be so cool. New Frontier definitely sucked, in my opinion. I still haven't finished it yet. Playing it yet. What shows besides Stranger Things do you watch on Netflix? I have no idea. Netflix? I don't know. Oh, House of Cards. That's a good one. Bloodline was really good in the first season. The second season and the season finale were a bit of a letdown. What else is good? There was Bloodline. There was House of Cards. Daredevil. The new Punisher. I can't wait to see that. There's got to be Malcolm in the Middle. That's a classic. But, oh, man. Me and my daughter watched the whole season together. I forget when and how. I think it was before bedtime. And we're talking for, like, months. Before bedtime, we'd watch, like, 2 episodes. And, oh, my God, we were dying. Some of the shit on there. And that's the dad from... the dad in Malcolm in the Middle plays Walter White in Breaking Bad. Well, there's some other stuff on Netflix. I know I'm missing it. Stranger Things. The problem with Netflix is it airs that once, so you get that boom of excitement, and it, you know, with other shows as it air, like Game of Thrones, it's airing for 7 weeks, you know, in a row, or some shows 16 weeks with a little break, so it's constantly there. But with Netflix, it's there and it's like boom, and then it goes away for such a long time, so it's easy to just forget about the titles, you know. And then you see something that reminds you of the show and you're like, oh yeah, I want to see that again. When's it come back? Just imagine though playing with Clementine, then meeting up with Javier's group. Yeah, I haven't played yet, so I don't know what that means really as far as story wise. But what movies do I watch on Netflix? Since we got a few people here, who's seen Free Fire? I was just talking about that before. I liked it. It's a movie about nothing, but I liked it. I just rented it off Netflix. What am I saying? Don't listen to me. I got it off Redbox. Oh shit! I shouldn't have done that. What am I doing? They already got an ad out for Stranger Things. Black Mirror. A lot of people keep telling me to watch Black Mirror. I'm going to add it to my list right now. We have Netflix originals. There's Stranger Things, definitely. And, oh, Narcos. Narcos is awesome. Season 1 and Season 2. Season 1 is off the hook. And Season 2 is really good, too. What do we got? Iron Fist. That just looks too cheesy for me. 13 Reasons Why. I'm not into that. Castlevania, The Keepers, Richie Rich. That looks dumb. The Ranch, Crown, Okja. Oh, I guess that's a movie. I want to see that. Steven Yeun is in that. Long Wire to the Bone. I guess that's it for the House of Cards. I guess that's it for TV shows. Jessica Jones I still haven't gotten into yet. I don't know. There's something about the trailer. Just, I don't know. It didn't do it for me. Trending now. The Office. My brother keeps telling me to watch that, but let me add it to the list. Parks and Recreation. That's another one everyone keeps telling me to watch. Zombie. What about iZombie? Anyone seen that yet? Just the idea, the pitch, I thought was so dumb. But I'm wondering if it's any good. They got Bates Motel on this too. I might check that out. I never finished the season because it turned into a shipper fest. It was all about relationships at one point in time. A story that I liked, but it was covered under layers of who's dating who this week. I talk about that a couple times. Oh, The Killing was a great Netflix show. They canceled that though, I think. So they finished it, but they canceled it, and then they had to get funding and come back to finish it. But I like that. Oh, what happened? Let me see if anyone said anything. Oh, here we go. I'm looking forward to Days Gone a lot, even though the people who made it have made it very clear they are not zombies. There's a point where, at one point, I just say, come the fuck on already. A lot of people pull this shit. We go do zombie-like creatures, but they're not zombies. And honestly, I think that's just a cop-out. If you want to admit, yeah, they're not your traditional zombies. You know, they're not your slow or fast-moving. Maybe they like The Last of Us. They are not zombies. Like your typical zombie. The Last of Us are not zombies, but they are zombies. You know, they're like a placeholder for zombies. Instead of having your typical zombie, you got a little more spunk to them. You're a little more creative. You have a cooler monster-like face. You got the bloaters. But at the end of the day, it's zombies, bro. You know, you have this new animal, I think. It's the zombie genre style, absolutely. But you have this creature that's not quite a zombie, but it's so close that you might as well call it a zombie. Like, I'm going to call them zombies. They call them freakers or whatever. I'm calling them zombies. I'll call them freakers once in a while, too. Yeah, you know, but it's zombies. And I think why I get so frustrated with saying, oh, they're not, like in The Walking Dead, we call them walkers, but they're zombies. So fuck it, they're zombies. With, what was it? I Am Legend, they went out of their way to take something that is 100% about zombies. I Am Legend is a zombie story. It was written from a novel that was definitely a zombie story, but in a movie, it was absolutely. It's, you know, they're zombies. And I'm sorry. Oh my god. No. Vampires. I Am Legend is vampires. I get triggered because everyone calls them zombies. That's the whole big to-do. They don't go out in the sun because they burn. They, what else was it? Oh, they're pale, they're smart, they're intelligent, they set traps, they're fast, they, all this other shit. If you read the book, it's clear as shit. They're vampires. It says it straight up. A new race of people and yada, yada, yada. They are vampires. But everyone, when they did the movie, they didn't want to exclude the zombie crowd, and they knew zombie fans love zombie stuff. They support it a lot. So what they did is they made it ambiguous, and they even went there with editing and all that shit. They made it so it didn't look like a vampire, and you can make it look like a zombie, but it's still connected to the vampire stuff. So that way they're riding that inner, you know, just a whole bunch of shit where it's not a vampire, it's not a zombie, but if you're a zombie fan, you can believe it's a zombie. If you're a vampire fan, you can believe it's a vampire. I don't know. I guess that's a little thing that pisses me off, but every time I see a top 10 zombie movie list and someone puts I Am Legend on it, I want to fucking scream because they are vampires. Oh, so back to Days Gone. Yes, they're zombies. I don't give a fuck if they're fast or they mutate. I'm going to call them zombies. Unless we see something really different, like they're mutant people, you know, which it could be because they did say that they mutate and shit like that. The only thing that disappointed me with Days Gone is the fact that I feel like they are full of shit when they say, we didn't set out to make a zombie game. We took a character, basically a free roam like Grand Theft Auto. We have this idea, but we want to put him in the most dangerous environment. So instead of like putting him in a war or something, or some crazy shit, they decided, oh, we're going to put him in a zombie apocalypse style. I don't buy that. I think they knew and know that the zombie shit is hot. Zombie fans are crazy. They devour zombie material. I think they know that. And I think they're full of shit when they said, oh, we wanted to create the most dangerous environment. And I think, and the reason that annoys me is just come out and say it. You know, we should be proud to be zombie fans. I'm so sick and tired of hearing people say, or people like critics say, there's so much out there. It's flooded. There's too much. You shouldn't do it. I was reading this book recently. Yeah, this right here. Right or Wrong. I was like, oh man, this looks interesting. I bought it a while ago, never read it. It's about writing for comic books. And I got to like the 10 Commandments. And it says, now keep in mind, I'm about to release my you know, issue number 1 of my zombie comic, and it reads Dirk Manning's 10 Commandments of Writing Horror Comics, and it literally says almost every line. No more zombies is number 3. Number 5, really people know zombies, and then number 7, it keeps going, no zombies. It says creators such as Robert Kirkman, Gary Reed, and George Romero, all whom beat you to the punch years ago, blaze your own trail, folks. So this guy's saying you can't do zombie shit. You need to blaze your own trail. I really want to look up his stuff, because if he ever wrote a vampire story, he's a hypocrite. You know, if he ever wrote any type of mutant, he's a hypocrite, because of X-Men. Anything he writes that has been done before, he's an absolute hypocrite. And as far as he put Robert Kirkman down on the list, why? George Romero did it. So Robert Kirkman, technically, by his logic, should not have done The Walking Dead. Now think about this. Robert Kirkman does The Walking Dead. We love it, right? I mean, we love it. If, going by his logic, we would not have that, because you shouldn't do zombie stuff. Now think about The Last of Us. If you said, okay, Robert Kirkman owns it now. He owns the zombie stuff. Look at The Last of Us. If you went by this stupid fucking logic, you would not have The Last of Us. Because that's very much in the zombie genre. That's very much a zombie game. It's definitely about the people and all that. But, I mean, that's a zombie game. That's how I heard about it originally. Or, yeah, the trailer. I look back because I remember, oh, wait, they were fighting people in that. But it definitely had the zombie monsters at the end running. So, again, if you take this stupid advice, you get these people who say we don't need any more zombie stuff. What about superheroes? You have 20 million times the amount of superheroes. Robert Kirkman did Invincible as a superhero comic. Should he not, because of this stupid idiotic logic, should he not do a superhero? He did a Possession story recently, Outcast. I'm enjoying it. I don't know if you guys are. Should he not do it because there's a shitload of Possession movies out there? Again, dumb fucking logic. What else? Anything else that, you know, you can match to this? This guy's saying don't do it. And I hate that. Not as a creator. Forget that. That doesn't matter. As a fan, I'm a zombie fan. I want to devour zombie material. Games. I want a game that comes out that is like awesome as shit. Maybe The Last of Us, but it's free roaming. I would love it. Like The Last of Us meets Grand Theft Auto, some shit like that. I want another movie, a zombie movie. I want multiple movies. I love the genre. I want to see creative things and new and refreshing things with the characters. I don't care if it's stale to them. I want it. It's my favorite genre. But this idiot is saying no one can make anything, so we as fans can't enjoy it. Stupid fucking logic. I'm sorry. That is so dumb. I wanted to burn that book the second I read that. Anytime you hear someone say don't do something, you definitely shouldn't listen to them. Because I hear where he's coming from, though. You probably have a lot of people, oh, The Walking Dead's hot. Let me write this stupid fucking zombie story. I get it. I get it. But you can't exclude people who really have a passion for that because there's a million other people. How many people are trying to make superhero, you know, fucking things? Just so dumb. I think something bit me. My hip is itching. Not my hip, my stomach. What are we saying now? I lost my fucking mind for a minute there. Oh, okay, yeah, zombies. That's where I lost my mind. Watch Ozark on Netflix. Created by Bill, I don't know that name. The Accountant, The Judge. This drama series stars Jason Bateman and Marty Bird, a financial planner who relocates his family from... That doesn't sound interesting at all. Ozark? I'll check that out. Wait a minute. I think I know what you mean. Yeah, I'll check that out. I think I know what you mean. That's one of those... Okay, yeah, I'm gonna check that out. You like that zombie one with Drew Barrymore, right? I loved it. Oh, yeah, Diet... I always get this wrong. I think I call it Santa Clarita or Diet of... I don't fucking know. That's on Netflix. You're right. That's a show that's on Netflix with her and Timothy Olyphant. I love that shit. And I normally don't love comedy and zombies. Like Shaun of the Dead. It's all right. I don't see what the big deal is with it. Zombieland, again, it's all right. I don't see what the big deal is with it. But the Santa Clarita, what the fuck is that name? Diet of... I don't fucking know. Go look on it on Netflix. I like that one. I like that a lot. Community in Ozarks with wife Wendy and their 2 kids in tow. Marty is on the move after a money laundering scheme goes wrong, forcing him to pay off substantial debt to a Mexican drug lord. Yeah, I want to check that out. Fuck yeah, Narcos. I saw Free Fire. I found it entertaining. I liked it. I mean, I heard everyone I know hated it, but I put it in expecting to be like, okay, you know, I watched it, you know, because I liked the trailer. And I was like, oh, man, was that shaking that? Yeah, sorry guys, I kicked the thing. I'm going to have to fix that. So yeah, and I watched it and I liked it. I definitely liked it. Orange is the New Black. Not for me. I tried it, an episode or 3, I think. I got like 3 in. I think my brother and his wife like it a lot. I tried it and it just couldn't stick with me. The Office and Parks and Recreation are so funny. Yeah, my brother loves The Office. Honestly, I like iZombie. It was pretty cool. I don't know what it's about. I heard the premise and I thought it was real dumb. I still think you can take that premise and make something good. Correction, didn't they air it on CW? There was something about iZombie where I said that premise could work in a very clever way in the right hands, but it kind of has to be dark. Like, you kind of have to take the people who worked on that one with Drew Barrymore and stuff, bring them in. Obviously, it's not a comedy. I think it's a dark comedy, ain't it? But if you get the right team, you could do something special with it. With iZombie, I don't know. It just, for me, it just falls flat in that, I don't know, different tastes, you know what I mean? But I think you could make that premise work. Everyone wants their monsters to be original, which is why they're so sensitive to people calling them zombies. But I agree. They are zombie-esque. Yeah, zombie-esque. We got to come up with a name that will cover zombies and zombie-like creatures. So do some thinking, and then we'll establish that soon. And then we'll knock it out with all these people trying to say, oh, these aren't zombies and they're, you know, whatever. There's something very different with the zombie-like creatures in Doomsday Kingdom, but I'll tell you right now, they're fucking zombies, you know? We could call them creeps all day long. They're called creeps. And again, that is not like, that's not like their name. That only comes from the main character when they first seen something that was out of whack. I don't want to go into spoilers, and it's not coming for a few issues yet. They see something that's not right, and they say, there's a line where it's like, the only person around is that guy who's creeping around over there. And from that, it kind of catches, and that's all I use right now until you see it later on. But there's something that's very different, very, very different with my zombies, but they're zombies. Dude, you blaze your own trail by doing whatever genre you want. What the fuck is wrong with that guy? Bro, I don't know. Like I said, though, there's a part of me that kind of agrees. You know, I agree with a lot of these people just wanting to shit out the zombie stuff and, oh, it's hot, so let's write it. But you shouldn't word it that way. You shouldn't say, oh, boom, 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 boom. There should be a caveat there. Caveat? Did I say that wrong? Yeah, you should have a caveat. Fuck me. I fucked that up. Alright. Just got here. Shit, I'm late. Spin. You, oh man. We were counting on you, Spin. Which is why we're so sensitive. Yeah. You just mentioned Outcast. What happened with Season 2? What happened with that? Listen, I think it's done. Because they are suspiciously quiet. Every time I try to find out about Outcast Season 2, it's like, it's all quiet on the Western Front. Every time people ask questions about it on the panels, it's weird sidestepping. Something is fucking going on. My gut is screaming it. And then in the Walking Dead, in the Outcast letter hacks of the recent issue, or the most recent issue, somebody straight up asks about Outcast releasing on Blu-ray. And when they don't sell well, you know, they don't get released on Blu-ray. Well, all they could say is, well, we don't know what to tell you right now, but buy it on iTunes. And I know there's nothing there. There's no proof or evidence or anything to be suspicious. But just looking at everything since then, they had to have canceled Outcast Season 2. Why they aren't just airing it, though, I don't know. They might be trying to shop it to a different network. If they can hold off and air it, and then get another network interested, they might be able to work something out. I don't know, since it's a Cinemax, original. This, I mean, do they even call it that over there? I don't know. Spin says, I'm sick of superheroes, and I completely agree. I'm sick of them too. But my argument is, I'm not out there telling people not to write superhero movies or books or novels or do it because that's what they're passionate about. I'm not even telling Hollywood to stop with superhero movies. Eventually, our wallets will definitely say that. Me, I was so excited when I saw X-Men a long time ago for the first time, because this was something, I didn't think we were going to make movies like that when I got older. I don't know. There was something about comic book movies. I didn't think it would happen. Or not good ones. I thought they would be cheap and corny, like watching the old stuff back in the day. So I was so excited, so interested to see what was going to happen in the future. Now, I'm just like, I'm sick and tired. Like, I still want superhero movies, but I'm sick and tired of the end of the world. There's some being, there's some creature. It's the same shit. We are watching the same fucking superhero movie over and over and over and over again. And I've said this, and I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I've said this time and time again, where I want this movie where it opens up, you scale up, there's this long, busted ass building, like in a different part of town, like a downtown district where, when it's at nighttime, no one's around. You ever see those districts, the downtown district? No one's around. I mean, you can murder somebody and there's no cops, there's no people, there's no nothing, no nada, anything at all. So you scale up to this building, you go inside, and you get this Batman who's on the ground beat up, and then the Joker walks out of the shadows. You have some goons all around, and you got to get a creepy Joker. I mean, a creepy, weird, eccentric Joker. Not like the Jared Leto one at all. Not that. Something more like Heath Ledger, but different. Just like scary Joker this time. You need to go to scary as shit. Like almost, like a Pennywise clown. What are you doing? My phone's gonna jam up if you're recording stuff. All right, let me finish.
I'm not recording.
Oh, you're live? All right,
Not live.
Go. But yeah, like a terrifying type of Joker, and he comes out of the shadows with a ripped up Batman cowl, and he says something. Just give him some nice thing to do. And the whole damn movie is just, in this tall building, you have the Joker who kidnapped Commissioner Gordon, Barbara, all these other characters. And then as Batman is going from the ground up or the ground down to some type of exit, he's saving the people he knows. No weapons, no back contraptions. You just got to do some clever and interesting shit. We're flashing back to see, what led to bringing him here. Just a quick rundown. We're not doing his backstory. None of that shit with his parents. Skip that. It's been done to death. Pun intended. But that's it. We're not saving the world. You have a superhero who's just kicking the shit out of the supervillain or the villain at this point in time. It's one of their battles. That's it. That is interesting. You don't need to save the whole world from fucking Doomsday Monster or this other shit they got in Justice League trailer. All you need to do is create a movie or all you could do, or something else you could do, is create a Batman and Joker battle. You don't need it to be this epic, insane, crazy, shit blowing up everywhere extravaganza to bring the audience in. Give them a riveting and awesome, just action-packed but still has a lot of heart story with these characters that are very magnetic. They got a lot of charisma. I mean, it's fucking Batman, Some shit like that you can do for a fraction of the budget, and I guarantee it will bring in 3, 4, 5 times as much. It could probably bring in some of those huge blockbusters because it's new and fresh and different. As long as it's good, though, it needs to be good. You need to pick a damn good Joker. No, I don't know. None of this bullshit they did. I'm sorry, I did not like the Suicide Squad Joker. I'm done, bitch, and I'll shut up. You mentioned Outcast. What? Yeah, we already did. How do I get my hands on Season 2? We don't know. It was released in the UK, but it's not released here. Santa Clarita Diet, I think. I thought it was the Diet. No, you're right. I think it is. Because I was saying Diet Santa Clarita or Clarita. I fucked it up. So we have a free-for-all question tonight. Yes. Yeah, this is free-for-all. Go for it. I did it this is supposed to be the $10 tier live chat, but I did it at the $5, 5 and up, just to get it going, just get the ball rolling and archive it. Every now and then I'm gonna do random $1 and up tiers, like all Patreon. So I'm gonna try to do that, and there's reasons for that. So, but just bear with me. We're getting it off the ground. Just bear with me. So wait, Spin asks, how close to what was in your head does James' depiction come for Doomsday Kingdom? There's some stuff that is, pretty on point. There's some stuff that is absolutely not at all what I was thinking, but not in a bad way. I'm trying to think now if there's ever, because if there was anything that was like in a bad way or that I didn't like, we did discuss it. But there's also stuff in a good way. For example, let me see something. Starting at the beginning. Oh, we had differences on the horse in the very beginning. I think this would be the only nit. I don't like the horse raising up. I don't like that. I wanted the horse just walking. I did make a mistake in the comic, and I said like the epic shot, and yeah, I made the mistake, right? Epic, I think, but I just meant like an epic shot. It's walking toward, like, the horse is down. I just didn't see any reason for the horse to be up. But he did such it's still good. It's still good. It just didn't match the story all the way. And it still fit because now you can have the horse going like, I don't want to go over there. And it's because the horse smells what's over there. The horse knows it's a trap. So it fit. And he liked it. And he already had it like inked, I believe, by the time I saw it. Something like that. There was something where I just said, oh well. And I totally forget what it was. That was different. And that was different in a way where he liked it, wanted to run with it. It wasn't something where it was all bad, where I just said, no, you must change it. I just let it rock. There's some that are identical, like the outfit. I wrote him some sketches, and how the outfit came out is pretty much almost identical to what I had in my mind. Like, it matches up. Some of the original coloring, though, is definitely different. I love what we ended up with. I love a lot of the coloring that James does. Absolutely, 100%, especially having it done. But the original coloring was, in my head, supposed to be more like a paintbrush coloring. Yeah, very different, very like a flat matte, like, I don't know, like where you could kind of see the strokes type. If you read a comic called Big Man Plans, if you look at that, that is originally what I was going to go for with the art. But we started doing something different, and coloring wise, I think I love this more than I might have been in love with that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna discuss the first issue though. Like, after it's been released physically and we're on issue 2 or issue 3, I'm gonna take the first issue and break down, because I do want to explain. I think it'd be fun to explain why some of the beats are the way they are, because that entire issue you're gonna revisit. This is one thing that makes me so excited about it. You are gonna revisit that entire issue. Like with comic books these days, you get it issue number 1 and wait, motherfucker, what is that? I thought I had issue number 1 of Cannibal. No, I don't. Issue 7. I don't know. Like Extremity. Like Extremity, for example. Here's a comic by Skybound, and it's written almost. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. We'll use Extremity and then Redneck. I just went and picked this up. A lot of people are talking about these two. Extremity has a story of a tribe, right? Just bear with me 1 second. A tribe that got attacked by another tribe. It's like futuristic sci-fi shit. And the bad tribe cut off the hand of the girl from the good tribe. She used to be an artist. Now she can't. The story goes full circle to where if this didn't sell well, they might have been able to follow it up with issue 2 and 3 that concluded the story. And it would have been its own little piece. There's so much more to the world. Oh, yeah. But it would have been its own little piece with the girl and her arm getting cut, covering off the whole thing. Especially with like Redneck too. They have the story opening up in a way that is, I think this one is actually a little bit different than Norm, where the story comes around full circle. But the idea with, I don't want to sit here and talk your ear off, but the idea, so I'm going to cut out that portion and dive right to the idea for talking about the whole issue is we can sit here and say, okay, everything in this issue you will revisit again. You have the rider with his outfit. You're going to see how that comes together, and you're going to see where it came from, because he is not the... It's not as clean cut. Like, his outfit has an origin story to it. You know what I mean? How it came together. That's all I'll say. And the cross, that building, the car, the bullet holes in it. There's other soft, subtle stuff that's hidden. The bones by the feeding post. The feeding post itself. You have the gang of guardians. You have the skull men. We'll just call them skulls. All that gets set up and explained all throughout. Mostly the area and the feeding post and so everything. The prisoner, who the prisoner is, his identity. The rider, who he is, his identity, his story. Everything in that issue, as the story unfolds, let's say in 200 issues, you're going to find out, let's say 10 issues in, you find out about the car, find out about the bullet holes in the house. Issue 40, you find out about the cross, the bones at the feeding post in issue 60. Issue 70, you find out this. And then when it comes close to the end, it's going to catch up to where we started in issue 1. And then there's going to be something that spins the story into a completely different structure that I think people will never see coming in a million years. And I think it's seriously unlike anything anyone's ever seen, because we take the story and we just do an about face. Overnight, the whole thing is just, it's different. With one issue, everything just, it goes away. It's crazy. Anyway, what's your favorite zombie movie, and what's your favorite old school horror movie? Mine's Day of the Dead and Reanimator. That's another thing. If you went by the tips in this, we wouldn't have Train to Busan. And I love that movie. You know what I'm saying? So, what's your favorite movie? No, I'm sorry. Yeah, what's your favorite zombie movie? That's hard. That is so hard because, like I said, I was a concept fan. Loved the concept, the idea of zombies all the way growing up. But I always had a problem with the zombie movies. And now that I'm older, I can't look back and be like, oh, those older ones are my favorite. I just can't. I see them as so flawed. So I would have to say like Train to Busan, because that's been the most recent one that I think it impacted me the most. I think I'm missing something. I know I'm missing something. A zombie movie that it's like The Crazies. Again, it's not zombies. They're infected and they're people, and it's different. They use tools and they lost their mind. But that I have on the list is like a zombie thing, but people aren't going to take that. I'm going to have to say Train to Busan. I'm going to have to. I love that so much. I love that a lot. And my favorite old school horror movie? Damn. What would be a favorite old school horror movie? I would say It, but the ending, I hate the ending so damn much. And it's dated. When you rewatch it, it's definitely dated. That's a good horror movie. But it has to be old. What did I like back in the day? I like the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, I like that. If we're talking back in the day, I like that. Is The Crazies a good movie? I've never seen it. I love it. I love it. It's not mind-blowing, but I love it. Did you like La Horde? Yeah, absolutely. I don't remember it at all. I just remember going to like a Blockbuster or something and being like, oh, I want to check this movie out. And then getting home, I remember at one point in time someone's on a car and it's filled with zombies and they're like, bang, 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 bang. And then they run into some hotel. I think it's like drug dealers and cops going to a hotel and it's filled with zombies and they got to work together. Some shit like that. I liked it. I liked it a lot. If they remade that movie, man, I would give anything to be a part of that. I think we could turn that into something just crazy. I think if Doomsday Kingdom, listen, if Doomsday Kingdom starts getting some good publicity and we can get some promotion out of it or a publishing out of it, I think if there's any way possible to work a deal, not with Doomsday Kingdom, but a completely different spin-off little zombie story, I'm telling you, I think we could do something on YouTube Red. Our own little, imagine a mini-series zombie story where we leave it open just enough where if it's popular, we can take the 4 episodes and then turn it into a season 2 that has 4 episodes. Again, it's different on YouTube Red, so you can play around with it more. I don't know. I think we could do some really awesome shit, man. What else we got? Why don't we see more culture-specific clothing on zombies like NFL jerseys, concert t-shirts, things like we see in the street every day? I don't know. I think it has to do with the brands. Let me see here. Yeah, honestly, I think it's just that. As far as on TV and shit, if that's what you're talking about, I think it definitely has to do with the brands. I'm gonna erase this. Delete the Patreon thing. Where's the... Alright, had to get back. I wanted to delete the Twitter link because we're going to be ending soon. I don't want people trying to join back up. Not the link, the, you know what I'm talking about, on Twitter. Mark Scott, great question. Why don't we see concert t-shirt, things like that? Yeah, I think it's just copyright. You can't use it. You know what I'm saying? The trademarks and shit like that. I think that's it. I honestly think it's as simple as that. Vision Productions. La Horde is a dope zombie movie. A different landscape was cool to see. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. Doomsday Zombie King versus Game of Thrones White Walker King. Who would win? The Game of Thrones White Walker King. Absolutely. And as the story unfolds, you'll understand why I say that. I do like a story with a twist. I'm telling you what, it's not just a twist. Like, I didn't go for no old cheapo or any old, like, I don't know, like, oh my god, the you know, the who you thought was the rider is the prisoner and who you thought was the prisoner is the rider. Like, no kind of crazy shit like that. Although we might go that. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm not. I might mislead with that. But then you're gonna get to a point where not just a twist in the story, the whole damn story up and just changes. I can't explain it without spoiling shit, but I'm telling you what. I'm not sure if this is a spoiler, but how long in the comics does All Out War last? Does Maggie start to show isn't being pregnant? She has a tiny bump. A tiny little baby bump. I mean, a tiny one, though. And she also... Yo, here's another thing. Don't forget. She also got pregnant in the comics differently. Like in the show, she got pregnant right when she got to Alexandria and stuff. But in the comics, I believe, almost positive, she got pregnant a little bit before. And then they got to Alexandria. Something like that. I'm not sure if this is... I only have seen Train to Busan in Korean, and I still liked it a lot. Still to this day, do not know exactly what they were saying. I'll have to watch The Crazies tonight. Thanks, Spin Spin. I definitely think you should, too. I back that up. I co-sign. Feel bad, man. Gotta put you in the background. Gotta go back to what I was doing before. Notice your stream. No, do it. I gotta get off anyway. I'm gonna get Juliet to bed. Do you most relate to the Ryder character? Is he based off of you? When will we learn his name? Well, that's the problem. It's gonna be a little bit yet. I'm gonna have patience on learning who the Ryder is. As far as being related to me, I'm gonna have to say no. Not based off, I'm going to have to say no. Where he's from, I based it off just because of when the outbreak happens, there's something downtown that takes place in a few different issues, and I needed to know what the downtown looked like. So instead of imagining a different weird city, I can now go, okay, James, you know, go to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania on the map, you know, draw it up. This is, point to the area where the bar is going to be. This is this, this is this. So I matched it like that with the area and the landscape. But when it comes to the character, there's things that I guess are similar because you kind of put yourself in their shoes. There is one thing I did recently I did change. If you look on the issue 2 cover, it's a boy. He's sitting with a boy. And because issue 2 is going to follow Tristan with his son, or it was gonna, and then I thought, and you'll understand why when you read it, but then I was like, wait a minute, I could put Juliet in there by putting, you know, his daughter as Julie, I think I put it. So yeah, on the cover it's supposed to be a boy, and then I changed it last minute and said, no, I'm throwing Juliet in the damn thing. But you'll see why, though. There's a reason. As stuff like that, sure. in writing class, they teach you to put yourself in it as much as possible. You got to write and flesh out characters, but you need to really put yourself in it for certain circumstances just to get an authenticity and stuff like that. So as far as the writer and the way he speaks, I did kind of take something from like me and my friends back home and how we talked in the neighborhood and stuff like that. So you will hear him say some things. He's most likely going to say whoop-de-whoop. Probably, yes. But so I take some things from the neighborhood and shit. But again, a lot of that is just writing technique. It's not like I'm fantasizing, oh, I'm the writer and yada, yada, yada. And I try to do my best to separate that. Like, this is the writer. He does shit I wouldn't do. You know what I mean? Absolutely. He's definitely a different character than I am. Ronnie will be able to watch the whole stream because I just got here. Yeah, anyone who's locked in this tier, you have the link now. So when I shut it down, it goes into unlisted. Oh shit, I hope it doesn't go into public. I'm gonna have to look, but it goes into unlisted, and you will always have the link, so you can come back and watch it. You know, I'm gonna even start a post every now and then. I'm gonna put all links together and then go, ooh, here is the links for the past couple. Ronnie, will I wait? This is so awesome. Just having it in this little crew. Yeah, I like it. I like it. We're gonna do another one in a few days because, like I said, the end of the month or the beginning of the month we're gonna do one. Great stream. I have to go to work now. See you next time. See ya. Thanks for coming by. We're doing a new one soon. Don't forget. And you can always rewatch this. And we're ending too anyway. I gotta go put the little turd to bed. I can't wait until you do another Patreon only live stream. That's awesome. Yeah, definitely. We got a lot more people showed up than I thought. I thought we'd only get 2 or 3. But
I told you who I wanted to talk to.
let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can make sure this is gonna go to unlisted afterwards, because we're gonna tie this up or wrap this up. What I want to do though is, before we go, well, I don't know if you guys are going to answer this in time, but before I go, let me know if you prefer what we're doing now, posting it on Patreon, as far as letting you know when the live stream is coming, or should I do it somewhere else? Like, I don't know how to, because on Patreon, only you guys in the tier can see it, but if I do it somewhere else, everyone else is going to see it, and does that matter? I don't think it matters. You guys let me know where you want me to post it. I'm looking for automatically block, enable live chat standard. What do I do with this after? Viewers will be able to seek back up. Okay, so you can watch it after I have that enabled. Oh, right, automatically make archive listed. Wait, archive listed. There we go. Automatically make it unlisted as it ends. So yeah, it's gonna be unlisted. You guys can watch it as it ends. What do we got? I have to go to work. See you next time. I know you said we would do this tonight, but was there a notification that I missed? Yeah, I put one on Patreon. I don't have any notifications that I got any messages or, and yeah, I put it on Patreon. Did you miss it? I put live stream link in the comments on Patreon.
What are you laughing about?
Did you miss that? I think it's a I think it's a Patreon reward for big donors. Maybe they can be a zombie in a future DC comic. You could send Jim Milne whatever picture you want. See, here's the thing. I need to separate the map from the Doomsday comic 100%. For example, that is a great idea, but we already have it going on for supporters of the comic. I mean, listen, I love Doomsday Kingdom and all that, but I wouldn't want support, you know, for Doomsday Kingdom crisscrossed in the map. You know what I mean? I think it's best if a supporter of Doomsday Kingdom, if they put in money, it goes to Doomsday Kingdom and not the channel. You know what I mean? It's a great idea, but like I said, we're already doing it. In the comic, you'll notice the one Walker has Eddie name tag. He had paid for the page that it was included in, like prepaid. He did this months ago when it was first drawn, like almost a year ago. So he got the original copy, a color copy, and then he has his little, walker image in the first issue. We're going to be doing that. Walkers that look like readers. We're drawing up the, like permission slip. It's basically generic, okay, yes, I give you my permission, there's da-da-da-da. And then we just don't know what to charge yet. So we are doing that, but we're doing it for Doomsday Kingdom. And get Overwatch, Ronnie, you'll like it. I'll check it out. Hey, Julia, my 8-year-old son thinks she's cute. On Patreon. Oh, I like the email notification from Patreon. Wait, there's an email notification from Patreon? I didn't know that. Hey, a small plug for your t-shirts. I have one. Is it damn comfortable, not scratchy and shit? Listen, it is comfortable. When they sent me my map one, they accidentally, I don't know how, but they accidentally, it's blurry a little bit. When I wear it, when I take a picture, it looks incredibly awesome at a distance. When I put it right up close, it has a little bit of a blur to it. The Doomsday Kingdom one is, my God, it's crisp. However, you are right, man. They are soft. I mean, they're the thin ones. Like, I love the thin ones. I can't stand those thick shirts. I can't stand them. Those thin ones that feel like nothing almost, or maybe like silk, or if you pull, they'll tear apart. Love it. I agree with you. They are comfortable. And I want to get into making our own stuff. Like, we have prints that we sell on James Milne's site, and I think we make at least half of the profit off of that. Maybe even 60% or 70%. Like, that's a lifesaver when it comes to us and getting everything else going. When it comes to prints and Redbubble stuff, we're making like $1. I think shirts, we make like $2 a shirt. So I want to get it to the point where we're making our own merchandise, or we have something where we're doing that. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to just do just the images. I want to do other, like, I want to start doing this thing where on Map Clothing you have the images in different areas, and that'll be like our thing, because having it up here, I want to do, if you look now, I was able to put it on the very bottom to the side. So instead of having an image here, it's the very bottom to the side. I love it. If it doesn't catch on, that's fine. But I want to do different things like that. The very bottom to the side, but have it like blood trickling down. There's a Walking Dead one that looks like that, and I think it's so cool. Also, I want to do styles where we have shirts come out that look apocalyptic. You know, worn up, ripped up, or not like actually ripped, but the style will give it that look, you know? It's hard to explain, but... I don't think I got mine. Better double check. Yeah, let me know if you guys got your notifications. Do it only on Patreon, and do little heads up post for Patreon people to say that there's something new coming on platforms. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get in the habit of at least a week. I want to be able to say, all right, you know, in 1 week we got this. I want to be able to do that, if not earlier, if not 2 weeks ahead of time. Or if not, like, pick a day, a specific day. Every day, you know, every third of the month, or every 7th day of the month, like day 7 of every month at 9 p.m. we do a live stream. I want it so consistent and reliable where I think more people would join if they knew without a doubt it's happening that day and time. Do have a Kickstarter or something so we as fans can help Doomsday Kingdom. Would people want to help that? Here's the thing with helping Doomsday Kingdom. Unfortunately, I had to do the Patreon route with the channel. I had to. There was no other way. And I didn't have to keep making videos. I had to keep making the amount of videos I was doing. Like, if it was just up to me and Patreon didn't exist and this ad crunch, and I'll make my point in a second, the ad apocalypse killed Make a Path Presents, I would have did the ultimate trailer breakdown, maybe the reaction, and that's it. The other time I'd have to be at work. So all those other videos, Old Man Rick, you had the old Negan, I mean, all those other videos, I almost definitely would have had to skip because I wouldn't have any time. I don't just work. It's not that simple. Being a single dad, I need to work and then some to pay for daycare. If I just work a regular 8-hour shift, I'm just paying for daycare. I need to work the 12 and 16 hours. It's either that or nothing. You know what I mean? No, I'm saying it's either that or hustle a different job is what I'm saying, not nothing. But for that structure, because daycare, having a sitter, and that shit's expensive. I mean, fuck. That shit will put you in the poorhouse quick. Anyway, what I mean by Doomsday Kingdom, I would love to give you guys something for that. Like, instead of having something like a donate, for example. When the official comic is coming out, pre-order, and we'll have like bonuses where if people want to get the bonus prints, so that way you're throwing money. You're saying, no, I want to throw $20 towards this comic, $50 towards this series, this new franchise. But you're also getting back with your comic, you're getting back this print or something signed, something cool, so that way you're getting something instead of just giving it. You see what I'm saying? I think that would be so awesome, because that way people are getting something as they're given, you know, as they're giving stuff. That's basically where I was going to go on this long tirade, but I shut it down. That's it. If you're given something, you get something too. Email is the only way I see your notifications. I did not know that. I did not know Patreon emailed you guys when I did that. That might work then. That might honestly work. I better start paying attention. If I could possibly make more typos, it would be some kind of record. I hella get it. I'm a single mom, but I wouldn't mind helping in any way possible. Yeah, so you see what I mean. But for those who want to help, that's something I would love to do, is to be able to say, okay, we have this option. You know, you can get the bundles. Like, maybe we'll set it up where we can say, you know, here's the comic, here's the 2 prints, and then this and then that, and have that set for the price. And then people who order it, they're paying a little more to help out. Maybe we can even do like a limited edition, you know, 50 of them, where people are paying a little bit extra, but they get some like special bonus with it, like some kind of exclusive print or something. Yeah, you know what? We should do some shit like that. That'd be hella cool, because then they're getting that exclusive print. We only made 50 of them. I'll have James can do up something neat where it's only 50 of them, and then we have the tiers where maybe there's 50 of one. That'll be the top tier, 50, and then we'll have the second tier, 100 of copies of this other image, and then the other tier, it'll be like 500, let's say, copies of this image. And then that way, a tiered system. Yeah, I like that. I'm thinking out loud now. I'm thinking out loud. Yeah, bookmarks signed, they would look like this. Well, this is the one version that we have out now. We have 50 of these to include. It was supposed to be, you know, a random kind of sort of, but we haven't determined it yet. But we have 50 of these signed on the back by both of us, and then it has the rider stabbing the zombie in the head. Because I know at first it was like, okay, the first 50 people that sign up, and then we talked about doing it random. We talked about a couple different things. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna shut it down. Oh crap! I didn't know we've been going for an hour and 40 minutes. Well, the first 20 minutes, I think I was talking to myself, to be fair. Oh, awesome. Hold on, let me write this down. Thank somebody. This person loved the comic. I had to check the mail because they had a problem with their code. They got the wrong code, and we hooked them up with one that works. Let me check on this problem. Okay. Sorry, guys. I got somebody who needed help with. How can we get it signed by you? there's going to be when we do the pre-order for the physical copy, there's going to be an option for a signed copy. And that is going to be another one of those things where, yeah, the actual comic, that is going to be another one of those tiers that helps towards issue 2, keeping this thing afloat. Like, let's say the comic, we're going to do it, we have to charge that $1 extra. We have to, because just selling it on the site, they're taking 50 cents just to do that. You know what I mean? So, and that's for each comic, 50 cents. So if we sold it at 3 and we were charged and we bought them ourselves for like $3.20, I think it is, minus the 50 cents, we're already in the hole. You know, it's almost $1 for every comic if we sell 1,000 comics. We're not selling anywhere near that, but if we're in a hole, $1,000. So we had to charge $4. So it's $4 for the standard. $4, you pay shipping. You know, that's it. You got it. It's all yours. But for the people who want to help out, and, you know, I shouldn't say it like that. I don't mean it like that. For the people who want a little extra, or maybe some other people who want to help out a little more, or some people who can. I'm not in a position to help anyone. I don't mean to make my words sound like a dick. Like, oh, if you just buy the comic, you don't want to help out. That's not what I mean. I couldn't help me in my situation now. All right, so I feel you too. But I'm just saying, for those who want more, like a print, for those who want to contribute more, and yada, 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 we're going to have the additional tiers, the option to get it signed. Like, obviously, if we have the issues, right, and then we have 10 that are signed, obviously, unless I'm missing something, it's not costing us any more to sign the 10 issues. So theoretically, if we're charging like a few bucks extra, I shouldn't say a few bucks, but I don't know at all what we're charging. It's not going to be ridiculous. But if we're charging, I don't know what people charge for a signed autograph. I mean, I'm not a celebrity. I'm not used to this shit. But let's just say, let's say 15 bucks, okay? Just an estimate. Don't slit my throat. I have no idea what people charge. That extra money, 11 bucks, that's going to help continue issue number 2. And then let's say we have a plan, a bundle, where we get this, we get some prints. Let's say we have a $50 bundle, or you know, a $60 one with some exclusive thing in it, and we only have like 3 of those, and it's very limited. That's all going to go into financing issue number 2. So having the signed copies, that's going to be a big one. That it seems like a lot of people want it, and if they are willing to help out, to pay a little bit more for it, to donate towards issue 2, we might be good to rock on, definitely. Wait, let me see. Let me know how you guys feel about that. I mean, honest opinions. I got thick skin. I bought some artwork from James. Can't wait to get it. Nice. I did too. Listen, the shit you guys see here, look, I bought that. I ain't bullshit. Like, we're doing this shit independent. I bought artwork from my own artist. Like, I mean, obviously, he signed shit and threw something in. But look, the Rick and Negan right there, buddy buddies. And then this, my 3 favorite, you know, zombie genres. You got Rick Grimes, then you got The Rider, and then Last of Us. See that right there? And then, where is it at? Oh, I laid it down. I didn't hang it yet. But there's another one with The Rider and the, what is the, oh, the other one is the promo we're giving out where he's holding the thing on. Anyway, yes, I had to buy my own art. And it's real, man. It's independent as fuck. I liked it. I think it's awesome. The art, I mean. How can we get signed by you, the extra comic? How proud are you of Doomsday Kingdom on a scale of 1 to 10? I always say nothing's ever a 10. But I think in this situation, I'm going to have to say 9.8. How about that? Because nothing's ever a 10, but how can I not give it a 10? I mean, like, we did it and we put it out there. And there was some stumble steps, but how can we not be proud? You know what I'm saying? I definitely think if we had a chance to do anything over, I definitely think there's something along the lines, I'm always ready to change. You know what I'm saying? Or tweak. Even up till the day I finished the script, I was always tweaking exactly what was going to be said here. That every time I looked at it, glanced at it, I was either changing, you know, something. A little bit here, a word here, a this there. Add a new dialogue, taking some dialogue away, letting the scene talk for itself. I don't know. I'm happy with it. I'm happy that it's out. I'm thrilled to keep going. I really honestly believe in the story like a motherfucker. I am almost convinced that, and I'm not crazy, oh, this is going to be Star Wars. But I'm definitely convinced that on an independent level, I think we could ride this out. I think we can get publishing, and I think we can get released once a month. Maybe even have a nice little following that comes to the conventions. I'll die happy from that point on. That's it. I don't need nothing outrageous. Because of The Walking Dead, when you talk about zombies, a lot of people immediately think next TV show, next this, like maybe it can get there. I think that's a nice dream, you know? It is. It's a nice dream, but if we can take it down a notch and just be realistic and say, I'm just happy with being able to do it every month, you know? Pulling in an income to just do that. You know, I still will do the channel all day, but I'm just saying, just from that, bringing an issue out every month, going to conventions, speaking with fans of the comic, I'd be happy as hell just to do that for the rest of my life. Just that story, just finish this story out, do that for 20 more years, and then just fall back. I couldn't though. The minute it got published, I'd be looking for an agent. I'd be looking for someone to write a new screenplay, and I'd be attacking the fuck out of Hollywood, because I'm sorry. One thing I'm cocky about is when it comes to like creativity. I write something that might be stupid. I write fails. You know, I'm human too. I fuck shit up. But when it comes to creativity and what we get in Hollywood, I honestly feel like there's a lot of times where I could do better, and I want to do better for other viewers and other fans who are just disappointed with how stale Hollywood has become. It is incredibly stale, and I think maybe that's my fault that I see it so much more clearly is because I've studied screenwriting for years, because I wanted to get into it to tell stories and to start my production company. But once you see how you write the screenplays in Hollywood, that's all you see when you watch TV now. All you see is why they're doing this and why they're doing that, and it's just so stale. And I want someone to come and say, this is structured, this is neat, this is a great story, you know, but I'm not following every single beat that Hollywood tells me to follow, or they're going to reject my screenplay. Just say 10. Yep, 10, Ronnie. It's just us. I'll pick 10 then. I'll just say 10. I mean, I'm excited. Part of me's been so busy, I haven't had time to stop and really process releasing the comic. I think when it's in my hands and it's a physical release, I think it'll hit me more. But there was a moment for a good 10 minutes where when like 8 o'clock in the morning came and 2 hours before release, I was thinking, what if I'm just fucking nuts and an egotistical maniac and the comic sucks balls? And then I was like, I'm too busy to think about this shit, so I just got back to work. How much content would you say you already have? If I listen, for a fact, if I had to sit down, if a publisher came to me and said, sit down and type up as many single comic issues as you can without fail right now, from start to finish, I can sit down and write anywhere from 20 to 30, and we're talking complete. Sit down, and I mean type. I do everything by hand. I mean type it out. From beginning to end, I'll sit down and do issue 2 to issue, let's say 25 is a good stopping point. Easy. I have that mapped down. What I did is I created a whole long banner to start with a while ago, and I pinpointed through the issues and how the story was going to go. First I started with the story, and then I looked at good start and end points. What would be a good way to start a issue? What would be a great way to do the cliffhanger? And then in between I started filling out the story. So from 1 to 25, easy as hell. When it comes to 30 to 50, let's say, that's the point where I'm going to have to start fleshing out some small areas, but I'm confident to do it. When it comes to 50 to 100, that's where I have a lot of these outlines where maybe for one single comic, it's a guess roughly around what the story will be. Like the concentration camp. Boom, that I know that. The what would be a way to say that without spoiling it? The reunion. You know, that I know that's going to happen here. The event on the beach, I know that's going to happen here. The starving office section, I know that's going to happen here. I would have to go and flesh those stories out. And we're talking from 50 to 100. I'd have to flesh some of them out a lot. Like almost a whole one issue. But I know what it is. I know what it's going to be. So, I would say 25 absolutely. And then 25 to 50, give me a little bit. And I guarantee I'm going to have them outlined enough to say when I sat down, I could probably crank that out, you know? I feel like a groupie or something. I felt like, dude, Ronnie, everything that comes out of your brain absolutely blows me away. Awesome. That just means, like, you know, we're interested in the same stuff, like entertainment-wise. So if I created something, I mean, that's how we see it. If I created something like a movie, or chances are you're gonna like that story I bring out. And that's what I'm trying to say is, like, if we build this community on Map, and then we start doing our own shorts, we might be able to do something really crazy and epic. And if you guys, and it's not saying, oh, I watch Ronnie, so I'm gonna like what he does no matter what. No, you guys are probably like me a lot. You guys hear me, hear my ideas, and you're like, oh my God, I like that. Therefore, I like him. Therefore, you know, if he's putting it out, I'm going to like it. I'm the same way in a way. How much content would you say? Wait, I'm still here, but just like 10 seconds at a time. If they make a movie of Doomsday Kingdom, which actor would you want to play the Rider? If you could choose any actor, I can't right now. By that time, I wouldn't know. You know, I wouldn't know. The Rider was originally. Aaron Paul was the original reference for the Rider. When I had put all the reference information together, Aaron Paul was the reference. As far as who would I cast now, I'm bad. Even with The Walking Dead, I'm horrible with casting. I will when I'm watching movies and piecing stuff together, I will tell you who I pick. And then, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't just pick one off the top of my head. Dude, Ronnie, groupie, better stalker. It's cool. I'm sure we'll all hear. Juliet, you gotta be easy jumping. It's 11 o'clock at night, honey. I'm definitely not flying to NC. Yeah, you know what? We're in 2 hours now. We gotta shut it down. We're gonna do this again really soon. I gotta shut it down and get this kid to bed. It's like 11 o'clock, and she's now trying to do sumo wrestler jumping off the bed. So, remember, this is archived, so you will be able to go back and watch it. When we leave here, I'm gonna go and see if it's archived. So if you don't see this video up in the next like 10-20 minutes, just wait a few, check back on this link. I will definitely fix it so it's archived and you guys can come back and watch it. That being said, I cannot wait to do this again with a small group and we tackle, you know, every single question. I had a lot of fun. I love this. I had so much fun. We were supposed to only talk for an hour. And I rented a movie to watch tonight. And I said, hell with it. Hell with it. I'll watch my bloodthirsty, I don't know, guys in the office. They beat each other to death. I think that's what it is. I'll watch that later.
Okay, bye.
Alright, guys. Say goodnight to Juliet. Good night, guys. Oh, jeez. Bad Juliet. Get out of here. I got good Juliet. Good night, guys. Alright, take a hike. Get ready, because you're going to bed. Night all. This was chill. Enjoyed it. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Thanks, Ronnie. This is so cool. Love being part of it. Thanks so much, Ronnie. Have a great night. Yeah, definitely have a good night, and I will see you guys. I promise to give you, at least with this next live stream coming up, because I'm real busy, at least 3-day heads up, guaranteed. So keep an eye on your email or whatever it is they send out, and check back sometimes with the Patreon stuff. And the comment works, so that's what we're going to do. I'll do the post, and then in the comment, you'll have the link. All right, guys, thank you for coming out. I had a blast. A blast. I'll see you guys in about a week. I had to burp, sorry. For the next live stream. Juliet's nuts. She's crazy. She's insane. Just insane.